For those who have already read the title of the video, you know what I'm about to show you. For those who did not, essentially what I have created is a traditional RPG dungeon within Minecraft using nothing but data packs and what Minecraft provides without mods. So if we take a quick walk into the dungeon here, it's not too special of an entrance. However, when you actually walk past the entrance point, you'll notice that we actually get a title for the dungeon that we've just entered, along with a little bit of information in our text chat telling us a little bit more about the instance that we've just entered. All of it is filler text, but you get the idea. Now, for the mobs in the dungeon, Minecraft mobs tend to have a habit of roaming, and you can't really get them to stay in place. So what I have done, actually, I'll show you what I have done after I do a quick demonstration. So I have some RPG gear here that will give increased vitality to our health pool along with some armor, and we also have a staff and 2 spells that we can use along with a god sword, because this instance is too difficult to run with just one person. Now if we go into adventure mode, you'll notice that the traditional Minecraft health bar is gone and replaced with a text-based health bar that provides or allows for more in-depth damage and healing and much higher numbers than Minecraft actually allows with their health bar. So if I equip this gear, you'll see the max health increase, and my regeneration will catch up to that until I reach max health. You can also see my level in the middle, which influences both my max health, and on the right you'll see the mana. Now, mana is not functional right now, but the UI is there. So if we move our spells over and our god sword here, we have 2 spells. We have Healing Aura and Gift of Might. Gift of Might just provides the strength buff from Minecraft, and Healing Aura heals all allies nearby for their missing health points. For me, it's not doing anything, obviously, because I haven't taken any damage. So without further ado, I guess I'll run and show a little bit about how the dungeon works. So each mob has a aggro radius, just like traditional RPGs, and they'll essentially start moving towards the enemy when they walk within that aggro range. So if I come up here, I'll trigger the 2 mobs. Their sound effects will start and they'll get angry at me. You can see he dealt some damage to me, and I'm slowly healing up. My health pool will also heal up slower when I'm considered to be in combat or shortly after taking damage, so it isn't exactly something that will keep me alive forever. Now we can run up here, and you can do a little bit of traditional RPG cheesing tactics, I guess, where you can try to pull just one mob at a time, making things a little bit easier. Now, we can run through the dungeon here and just kill all these mobs. Doesn't really matter. They do get triggered when I get close to them. You can see my health pool taking a substantial amount of damage from them, making the instance more difficult, but we can actually trigger our Healing Aura, and we're getting attacked in the back there, okay. But our Healing Aura does help heal us up a little bit faster than regen. It's not extremely strong. And up ahead we have a little bit of a boss room. I'm not going to pull the boss because gonna leave that maybe for a future video. Probably gonna get some people to run this, and that might be a future video idea. It depends. But anyways, I'll show a little bit of the magic behind how this instance works. Now, to show a bit of what I'm doing to make this dungeon work the way it does, I'm just going to fly into the dungeon without triggering it. And the first thing you'll notice is that all the original mobs have been replaced with armor stands. Now, the reason why I use armor stands is I actually use them as spawners to make it easy for anyone to essentially come in and modify the dungeon as needed, to remove mobs or add new ones, or you could even add new sections to the dungeon without too much of a hassle in the data pack. Now, I've added a few of these spawners to my inventory, and you'll see they all have their individual titles to them, and if I place any of them, such as the Bandit Looter, they have their own individual look when I place them, to make sure that you can identify the difference between these spawners. Now, let's go back to the start here for a second, and I will enter the dungeon properly. And I will explain a little bit what I'm doing to the actual mobs. So when a player enters the dungeon, there is a loop that's run and triggered every tick on Minecraft. And essentially, all these mobs have their AI and their sound disabled by default, essentially making it so they're forced to stand in place. Now, there is a function in that loop that checks to see if a player has come within a certain radius, and then triggers the mob based on the player being in that radius. So it gives more of an RPG setup, making it much nicer to actually play through, as the mobs don't roam off and do their own thing as they tend to in Minecraft by default. Also, while I'm in creative mode and other setup modes that are available for the dungeon as well, none of the mobs actually get triggered during that time. Now, that's all I really wanted to show for now. I'll probably do a follow-up video, such as a tutorial or a gameplay dungeon run with a group of people to kind of show off a bit more of the dungeon. If a tutorial is something that people want, I will probably do that and show off a little bit more in depth the data pack and how I make it all work. But that's really all for this video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.